Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day, wherever you may be around this globe. I know we certainly are in a awesome time right now in our lives, in our writing journey, and in everything else that has to do with what we're doing to set our goals for this year and be intentional not only to set those goals, but to reach those goals. And with that being said, let me introduce myself. I'm Gertrude J. Chapman, your number one inspirational book coach. And I teach women how to maximize their potential, how to stop leaving money on the table, how to, write their books and not have those books sitting in the corner in the garage, just collecting dust and deteriorating, but having their books work for them. You know, a lot of times women, you have written your book. You have taken time out to put your message out there and something happened along the way. So we're going to correct those things. We're going to, don't give up. Don't give up. There's just a few things that you could do to get that book moving again, to get that book working for you. And let me take time out right now to introduce my co-host, Tiffany Rochelle, and let her tell you something about herself.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's such a pleasure to be here in the land of the living. I am super grateful to be able to interact with you on this morning. I am Tiffany Rochelle. I am an author, a goal coach, and a heart coach. I also do a little bit of speaking, and I have the privilege and the honor of being the co-host of this wonderful show here. So what I do, though, is I encourage women to rid the toxins from their hearts and to set goals that are true to you. Because I believe out of the abundance of your heart, your mouth speaks. So, excuse me, that is my awesome task that I have taken on, and I love to see people empowered, and I also love seeing people win. I also have tagged in with our goal then because we want everyone to maximize their full potential. So in life, I want you to maximize your fullest potential. And then also we want you to maximize this space that we have right here. So maximize it to the fullest potential as in commenting on this show. So the comment section is for you to interact with us, for us to answer any questions or concerns that you may have, or even if you just want to say hi. Ms. Gertrude always asks us at the top of the show, how are we doing? And we would love to know how you are doing there in the comments. So we'll be able to respond to you as well. So share this show if at any time that it has been a tremendous help to you or a blessing, or if something is said and you're like, oh, somebody else needs to see that, share that on your timeline or use the link and send it to a friend or a family member and let them know that this is the show that you're watching and you think that they'll be able to be of some type of benefit for that. So at this point in time, I am going to turn this back over to the capable hands of our host, Ms. Gertrude, so we can turn our passion into profit.
And we like to let drop your comments in the comment section, even your business information. Tell the people who you are, because these shows go across YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and people, get the replays and everything of that nature. So don't forget to drop that information in the comment section. And also interact with us, because we like to answer your question in real time. So don't forget to interact with us and, ask us those questions, because we are here to serve our audience. We're here to help you get unstuck. We're here to help you on your writing journey, because, Tiffany, this is a book writing journey. And as we're continuing on and walking down this book writing journey, there's many opportunities that are opening up for us, as we are walking forward. And the same thing with you. As you are walking forward and moving forward in writing your book, not just having it there in your head, thinking about, well, one day I should write a book. And, just sitting there and contemplating writing a book. Of course, you can't see it. But once you start moving forward, you'll begin to see different doors of opportunities opening for you, because there's many opportunities, with your book on this book writing journey. And today's subject is, can I make money as an author? can I make money as an author? And yes, you can. Yes, you can. But you have to know how to position yourself. You
Absolutely.
have to know, different things, how to do certain things in order to make those things happen. Because a book, no matter how good the title is, no matter how good the book cover is, it will not sell itself.
Right.
There's some things that you have to do. You just can't sit there on the back burner or sit on the sidelines. You have to get in the game.
You got
Okay.
it.
This is 2022, Tiffany.
Mm-hmm.
Folks, y'all got to get in the game.
Got to get in
because
it.
this is truly a winning season.
Now's not just the time just for you just to be comfortable just saying, oh, I'm a team member. So shoot, we got football players and they just say, hey, I'm on the Giants, or I'm on the Dolphins, or hey, I'm on the team. Okay, but are you in the game? Are you just sitting on the sidelines? Are you just sitting there just like the books, just collecting dust in a box somewhere? No, you have visions, you have dreams, you have ideas, you have goals. Now is the time. It's high time for you to go ahead and implement those. It's no longer time for you just to be sitting back and just being like, oh, okay. And you seeing your friends, family members, cousins, co-workers, whoever, you see everybody else fulfilling their dreams and they're living out their best life. And then you starting to have a little bit of envy, or you're starting to get a little jealous because they're doing, you can too. There's no reason for you to feel like, why is Becky doing this? And why is Tommy doing this? You don't have to feel that way when you can go ahead and be active. Like you said, get in the game. Let's start making our dreams come true. And let's start, as you say, what's our title? Can I make some money as an author? Sure you can.
Yes.
So start that journey.
Yes. And good morning, Keisha.
Good morning.
Keisha's in the house today. Yeah. And I went on LinkedIn and Keisha was talking about the mindset. Oh yeah, I love that. You got to go see that, Tiffany, if you didn't see.
I started on it. I haven't finished it. Yeah, I started on it and I couldn't finish it because I was like, oh, I got to get into the show. So I'm going to finish it. It is queued up, actually.
Yes. And I love that, when she was talking about the mindset and everything. And that's so true, the mindset. Because mindset does matter. Mindset matters a whole lot. And that's why a lot of times women aren't maximizing their potential because they're not seeing their value because of the mindset. But this is a time to get unstuck. And, as we're coming in, as we tell you, next month, we're going to have this workshop. And we want it to be interactive. We want you all to, spread the word about this. About setting goals, because we're going to talk about setting goals. And you may think like $1 million is way out there, but let me tell you, it's not really way out there. It's all about the mindset, Keisha, like you say, the mindset and setting goals and the how you see things, how you frame things, and different things of that nature. And not only that, we're going to be, going into a conference. We're going to have awesome time with awesome speakers, and different things of that nature. And we want you to be interactive with us. We don't want you just to sit back in the audience and not chime in, because this is what it is, Tiffany. I don't know about, other shows, but on this show, we like you to talk back to us.
Yes.
Okay, we like to hear what's on your heart. We like to, have ideas to, enhance our audience. Give us some feedback. We might not even be thinking about a certain thing that may be on your heart, and maybe it's something that we could point out to our audience. Well, this is something here. Here's a nugget here. And we could, embellish on that, enhance that, whatever you may be thinking about. So don't forget, chime in. Let us know what's on your heart. I love this. I love our viewers. I love our audience.
Absolutely.
It's a great thing. It's a great thing. Mindset over everything.
I'm that little church. I'm that little church girl. I want to talk back, church. Come on and talk back to me.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. You better come on and get excited, sugar, because I'm sitting here grinning. Y'all about to see all my gums. When the smile becomes real for real, my top lip disappears. And so when I smile and it really means something, you just see it just disappear. All you see is gums. So I try not to smile too hard, but you're getting me excited. Reading these comments is blessing my life. So thank you so much for tuning in,
Yeah.
and thanks for chiming in. We appreciate you.
We appreciate you. And Keisha, get there and
Mhm.
schedule that appointment with me. Get there and schedule that appointment with me.
Yeah.
I need to talk to you about something.
Uh-huh.
Let us know who you are. So
Uh-huh.
you see my information scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Get in
And it's
there
in
and
the
schedule a 15-minute with me.
it's
Okay.
in the comments also, so it can make it an easy thing for you to click on as well.
Yeah, I always forget about that, Tiffany. Thank you. You see,
You
that's
got
why
to make it
it's
easy
so
for
good
me.
to work together. That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
You do put
Mhm.
it there. So
Yeah.
thank you for that. Thank you. But we have some, like I said, we have some exciting things coming up,
Yes.
and it's only what, the second week in January. Is that what
Yeah.
it is, Tiffany?
It
The
is.
second week. And
Mhm.
I mean, we have some awesome things,
Mhm.
awesome things. But
Yes.
we have
We're
what?
excited.
Wrote our goals down, have set our plans, and sometimes our plans get a little bit deeper than what we had
Yeah.
initially done,
Mhm. Mhm.
but that's okay.
But we're
That's
graced
okay.
for it. Uh-huh.
That's okay.
We are
Yeah,
graced for this assignment, and we are graced for this. And so if it's on our plates, we're going to eat it. And so
that's
therefore
it.
we're going to be able to, whatever's on our plates, we're going to be able to share with others. So therefore we have been graced for this assignment, and we're going to fulfill it to its maximum potential.
Maximum potential. Maximize that potential. Stop leaving money on the table. Yes, yes.
Right.
Stop leaving money on the table.
Not
And
leaving.
that brings us to, can
Mhm.
I make money as an author? Can I
Sure.
make money?
Mhm.
A lot of times authors ask that question, can I make money as an author? And
Mhm.
yes, you can. But
Sure you
first
can.
you got to write your story. And
Mhm.
not only write the story, tell your story.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
People need to hear your story. Your
Mhm.
story is very important. Your
Yeah.
story is something that
Mhm.
connects your audience,
Yeah.
and it's a
Mhm.
way to connect your audience with your story,
Sure.
you know.
Mhm.
Um, People need to hear hope. People need to hear a lot of things.
Mhm.
People need to
Mhm.
be encouraged. They need to be motivated. They
Yes.
need to be inspired, you know?
Mhm.
And when we talk about motivation, encouragement, and inspiration, we're
Yeah.
talking about three different levels there. Three
It
different
is.
levels. You
Mhm.
see, people don't even think about that. But
Right.
those are
Right.
three different levels. They
Mhm.
need to, have a, like Keisha said, a mindset shift. They need that, because people are tired of the same old, same old.
Sure.
You know,
Sure.
I was up early this morning. I was up, I woke up at 2 o'clock this morning, and
Okay.
I was up there on LinkedIn just reading through some things,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and just seeing the different things that people are talking about,
Okay.
and everything,
Mhm.
and people's minds, how they're getting this shift in their mind. This particular post had to do, I think Ariana Huffington, she
Okay.
had written a post about the Great Resignation,
That's
and
good.
yeah, and the different things, and how people are waking up, how people are realizing,
Mhm.
hey, well, I don't have to be treated a certain way on
Right.
my job.
Mhm.
I can start my own business, or it's giving them a time to reflect. It's
Okay.
giving them a time to think
Okay.
about, hey, there's something on the inside of me. Just like
Mhm.
I told you,
Mhm.
with my story, just like your story,
Yeah.
stories audience,
Yeah.
there's a time. There's a time that comes in your life when you are at a crossroad,
Sure.
you
Sure.
know, and
Mhm.
you got to sit back and think, what do you have? What
What?
do you have
Mhm.
in your hands that
Mhm.
can make a difference in
Mhm.
somebody else's life? And I
Mhm.
thought it was a great post. I got to go back over there and read some more, because I was answering, I was
Mhm.
checking off, I was, doing different things. But it was
Uh-huh.
very interesting. It
Mhm.
gave people something to think about.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the news media may be saying this, they may be having this, that, and the other going on. They got the pandemic, and the variants and different things going on. But hey,
Mhm.
what's really going on? There's
What is
a lot of
going
things
on?
going on right
Mhm.
now.
Mhm.
And it's an interesting time. Put it that way. It's
Mhm.
a very interesting time, and
Sure.
especially for you as an author,
Mhm.
it's a very interesting
Yeah.
time,
Mhm.
because remember, as an author, you have a great responsibility with your message to change the way a person thinks. Not
Mhm.
only that person, that reader, but also
Mhm.
that family. And not
Mhm.
only that family, but generations to come.
Yeah.
So tell your story.
Mhm.
Tell your story.
Mhm.
You know, because of your experience, your expertise, your
Mhm.
know-how, there's a story
Mhm.
inside of you.
It sure is. Because your story helps to wake somebody else up. The
Mhm.
things that you share and the things that you tell, you never know is what it's going to do to that next individual. But one thing we know for sure is once you share what's inside of you, it helps somebody else to be able to live. It helps somebody else to grow. You're planting seeds, or the seed could have already been planted and you
Yes.
may be watering it with whatever it is that you're sharing with the individual. So never withhold what's going on from you, or whatever your story is, whatever your experience is, because you never know how it's going to set somebody else free. It's definitely going to be beneficial to the next individual because you are unique to you, and only you can say it to that individual the way that they can say it, what the
Yeah.
way that they need to hear it. I should say it that way. So make sure that you share. Sharing is caring. And show that
Yes.
individual that you care, because you want to make sure that they're able to grow. We all love, I won't say everybody loves flowers, but at least you like to behold it. Who doesn't like to go to some place that's a well manicured lawn or has nice trees or whatever? You may not have to like the flowers, but you like to behold, man, this looks like it's taken care of.
Yes.
That's the same way it is with individuals. When you're sharing your story, you're helping to manicure somebody's lawn. You're helping to manicure me. You're helping to make sure that I am enhanced and I am a beautified individual. Everything that's in you got to come out. So I want to
Yes.
see the beauty that's inside of you coming out so that somebody else can be able to grow. Don't forsake your
Yes.
story. Share it. Share it.
Yeah, and it was great, because the different angles that they were given, and the story, a
Yeah.
person's story, they don't know, the different angles that they'll bring out of other individuals in order to even add to that. You know what I mean? Add to their lives, or um enhance something that they're doing, or whatever it may be. Always tell your story. Always tell your story, because only you can tell your story. Nobody can tell your story like
Mhm.
you can,
No,
you know?
they can. Take us through the events of life. Take us through it. And in the process of, we may be entertained also. And so sometimes the way that you tell your story, I love an awesome storyteller. And so the way that they'll tell a story, it just takes you through that. And
Yes.
it's just, oh, it's just so beautiful. I want to say Andy Hernandez. I want to say this. I might be mispronouncing his last name, but that
Oh,
guy can
yes, I know
tell.
who you're talking about.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I love hearing him, and then hearing him live too. It's super amazing. And the way he tells a story, he'll give you a tidbit in the
Yes.
beginning of the story, and it'll take you, and then he'll bring it back up. His callbacks are beautiful. And so it's
Yes.
like, oh, I remember you said that earlier. Oh, that's what happened. And he just takes you through the journey of his life and takes you through the journey of a vacation that he went on. But the way he takes,
Yes.
and you just sit there and you be like, okay, now, but then he'll open your mind up and you're just like almost feeling like you could just see it. Oh man, I could see how pretty the water was and the sand. Oh, I could feel it through my
Yes.
toes. He takes you through, he's an awesome storyteller. The way that man takes you through a story, it is beautiful. And I just imagine if he can do that, you can do the same exact thing.
Yes.
You are able to allow somebody just to be able to go through the different journeys and the different curves and
Oh,
angles,
yes.
the high rises and the low falls of your journey. And you don't have to make them feel sad. Even if it was a
No.
low point in your life, you can still tell that, and you can tell it with such joy that you're like, oh, I hate that you went through that, but okay, keep going.
Yes. Yes.
It's all a
It's
part of
so
being a
true.
storyteller.
Yeah, it's about being a storyteller. It's about, adding some things in that in order to make those things pop,
Yeah.
in order to make that person feel like they're right there.
Yeah.
They're right there on that cobblestone street. They're right
Yeah.
there smelling that bread. They're
Uh-huh.
right there,
Uh-huh.
touching that building. They
Mm-hmm.
could feel it. They could taste it. They could hear it. They could smell it. You
Mm-hmm.
know, those
Mm-hmm.
those those things that trigger their emotions.
Yeah.
So yes, yes,
Now I want
tell your
now I want some
story.
bread. Thanks a lot. I do
You know
really
that bread in that French bistro. You know what I'm talking about? That's
want
where I was
some.
going right there.
Man, I'm not ready for it to be over, but is the show over because I want some bread now?
What Keisha say? Absolutely, yes, absolutely. Tell
Mhm.
that story, and then people use stories as a teaching.
Yeah.
You know,
Hmm.
teaching, teaching people how to do something, how to
Absolutely.
do this, how to do
Hmm.
that. What is
Hmm.
your expertise? You
Hmm.
know, and people
Hmm.
make money from that. So
Sure.
yes, you can make money as an author. You know, by following the blueprint, by connecting with your audience, by teaching. What can you teach? What does your ideal audience want to know? You remember we go back to the hardware store, the hardware store with it could be flowers or plants or vegetables,
Hmm.
teaching people about how to plant, how to cultivate that
Hmm.
garden. It
Hmm.
then over here in the decorator section, talking about the different types of paints,
Hmm.
how to use this paint as opposed to that paint, whether it's indoors, whether it's outdoor paint, whether it's a deck, whatever,
Hmm. Yeah.
how to hang the drapery or whatever it may be.
Sure.
There's
Hmm.
different things. What can you teach somebody?
What can
How
you
can
do?
you teach them to do
Hmm.
it easy?
Hmm.
Giving them an easy win,
Yeah.
making it easy because audience are busy, just like we are. We live busy lives,
Hmm.
okay? We
Hmm.
jump off this live stream, we get
Hmm.
on something else, and we multitasking.
Yeah.
Sometimes we doing three different things, okay?
Hmm. Hmm.
Three
Hmm.
different things at one time.
Yeah.
One computer here, one
Yeah.
computer here, one here, the phone
Hmm.
here. And this is
Hmm.
my current situation,
Yeah.
okay?
Hmm. Yep.
And this is what we do
Hmm.
because we live in busy lives, and
Yeah.
we've gotten good at that, huh, Tiffany? We've
Hmm.
gotten good at that.
Gotten
But
real good
that's
at multitasking.
yeah, but that's life, right?
Hmm.
That's life. So your audience is looking for something in a condensed format. They're looking for
Sure.
your book. What can you teach them so they
Hmm.
don't have to look on Google, search through Google,
Hmm.
or look on YouTube?
Yeah. Hmm.
They're
You be
looking
the
for
YouTube.
something in the condensed format,
Hmm.
and that's another reason why you write your book and it's not 500 pages long.
Right. 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 Hmm. You want to go ahead and condense it into a small form. Give us tangible stuff because our attention
Yeah.
span is only but so big. We got about a good solid 20 minutes out of an individual. Now, there are certain times if you could pull the individual in, if you're that great teacher, I,
Yes.
I made reference once before about being a good teacher. For me, I talked a lot in class, and I was always that one that's like, hey, what you doing, girl? What you got? Let's go ahead. Come on, let's go make those. I forgot what those little origami little things that you used to play with in class, and you would sit here and
Yes.
do these little things. I'm always playing with those, getting airplanes or whatever. But I did my work, but I was bored. It's just
Yes.
because that I wasn't my teacher just really wasn't kind of like just grasping my attention, and it was just like I got everything and I passed.
Mm,
I got everything done, but it wasn't challenging
challenge.
enough for me. So once I end up
Yeah.
going over to the next grade, well, I won't say the next grade, but then once we seen that, because I just wouldn't stop talking. So they got to call
Yeah.
my mama and they figure out, why is Tiffany always talking? She's always wanting to be a clown. She's always wanting to act up. So what you see now kind of was like this as a kid too. So they want to understand, why is she like this? And she just realized, we all realize, she's just not being challenged. The minute that they put me in the Horizon class, I wasn't talking so
Yeah.
much no more. I'm like, I got to get this done. And I got confused. And when that little eyebrow goes up, I'm like, oh man, I done kind of gotten challenged. And this is a little stressful. What's happening? But the minute that you're able to teach an individual something, grasp their attention. You want to be able to hold their attention for a good 20 minutes for sure. And again, if you're
Yes.
teaching well, you might be able to keep them for a little while longer, but you don't want to over exhaust them. But then you want to
Yes.
be able to give them a nice power pack, give them something that they can go back to. And they're like, oh my God, this is what I'm going to
Mm,
implement. We're going to change our lives like this. We're
yes.
going to enhance it. If I'm a good health coach, or if I'm a good homemaker, whatever it is that's my specialty, let me go ahead and specialize in that. And let me go ahead and hit home, and I'm gonna help you. And even in the process of me helping you, telling you I know how to make quilts, you might have a little secret stitch that you're able to help me do. Because after I wash my quilt, this kind of unravels. You might even be able to show me, hey, try this next time. You never know, but that's all a part of being interactive, writing something out,
Yes.
and you're able to expand.
Yes, that's
So
true.
yeah, they do want something right then and there. Yeah.
Yep.
We all
Right
want
then
that
and
instant. We want that instant satisfaction. And yes, I did say satisfaction. I meant that word.
there.
Okay,
That's
everybody
right.
wants that instant microwave right now.
Right
So it's
then.
like you want to be able to get them, catch their attention, but draw them in. I want to hit it and quit it. So
Yeah. And
yeah.
that's true. That's true.
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
don't have time solving problems.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know, how we got to be problem solvers.
Absolutely.
And I apologize. I'm going
Mhm.
through the sinus, y'all. I thought I could make it through, but I couldn't. But anyway, we going through anyway.
You
Okay.
work. We got it.
Yes, solving problems,
Hmm.
being a problem solver.
Sure.
As an author, see yourself as a
Hmm.
problem solver.
Hmm. Hmm.
Everywhere you go, see what kind of problem you can solve. You don't have to be vocal, just sit back and watch. Because we talked about everything that we have inside of us. Okay? Just sit back and watch how you could solve a certain problem. Work it out in your mind, then write it down. That's good material there. Everywhere we go, nothing is by accident. We are capable of solving a certain problem
Sure.
within our expertise.
Sure. Hmm.
Everywhere we go,
Absolutely.
just don't look at it as somebody else's problem.
Mm-mm. That's not. Mm-mm.
See
Mm-mm.
something that you could do.
Hmm.
What value can you bring forth? You
Sure.
see, that's why you never should have writer's block.
Mm-mm.
That's why you never should be thinking, well, I don't have anything to write about.
Uh-huh.
We have so much inside of us. We are compact with so much inside of us.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
the world is waiting for what we have.
Sure.
And I know you might be saying, the world, yes. You see,
Hmm.
Keisha, like she said, this is a mindset shift.
Sure.
You have
Hmm.
to see yourself on the world stage.
Hmm.
You have to see yourself in a bigger arena. If
Hmm.
if you're not seeing what you should be writing about, that's because you're playing too small.
Wow. Wow. Hmm. Wow. But that's the catch is solving problems. You got to define what your problem is and know what your issue is. The minute that you know exactly what's going on, it's easy for you to problem solve from that. You'll
Yeah.
set some goals. And brainstorming will help your whole life.
Yeah.
So sometimes in the process of you doing or solving problems, the minute you brainstorm and find, especially if you have a individual that you're able to brainstorm with and
Yes.
bounce ideas off of, oh, it's going to be beneficial. But some of them ideas that you're having, write those things down. I keep this tablet right here next to me. I got one right here. I keep one
Yeah.
here. There's one inside the drawer, and then there's a few of them over there. But you always want to keep something that's by you so that you're able to brainstorm stuff. And then once you go through the little brainstorming and you're writing your information out, rule out certain stuff. There's certain things that's
Yes.
just not applicable and that's not going to be able to help you solve the particular problem. But you can definitely be a problem solver. But
Yes.
between getting you some paper, writing, brainstorming, and defining what the problem is, man, you can knock this out. Don't think that it's too hard. And I think sometimes is what we do is we overwhelm ourselves feeling like this is just too much and I can't. Oh my God. Man, I promise you a pen and paper. Good morning, grace and peace to you. Um, the minute that we really realize that we start brainstorming and writing stuff down, we're gonna be man, this is a piece of cake. There ain't nothing that I can't handle. There ain't nothing that's too hard for me. I'll be able to knock it out the park. But the catch is just overcoming and being able to write down, brainstorm, and realize I can get this over with. Man, you're gonna be able to identify the best solution for you and you'll be
Yeah.
good to go.
The best solution. And then, until you write it down, until you get it out of the mind, because
Mhm.
as long as it's in the mind, it's a fantasy.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's a lot of people, that's where their books is. It's just a
Mhm.
fantasy. You
Mhm.
have to get it down, just like the brainstorming,
Mhm.
because what Keisha said, your mind believes what you tell it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
So good
Mhm.
morning, Jean. How you
Mhm.
doing this morning?
Yeah.
But you
Mhm.
know, There's so much there.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much inside of you, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can make money as an author.
Sure
You
can.
can make that $1,000,000. You can
Absolutely.
make that six figures.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that sounds like for you,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you desire,
Mm-hmm.
you can make that. You can make it happen.
Sure. Sure.
You know, you
Mm-hmm.
can make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
But always see yourself as a problem solver.
Absolutely.
Work that thing out. Work it out. Like we said, how do you make money from writing your book? Can you make money? Yes, you can. From
Sure.
telling your story,
Mm-hmm.
from teaching, from being that problem solver. Okay? And here we're going to go into another one. To avoid a situation. Teach somebody how to avoid a situation. Because a lot of times people they'll just stand back. They won't move forward. And they're looking for, they have all of these things going on in their mind. So when you write this book, how to avoid a certain situation in whatever, area that is, now they're able to receive it. Now they're able to follow those steps.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're able to walk down that path.
Sure.
Now they're able to, not be afraid.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Okay? Or
Mm-hmm.
not be stagnant because of fear or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
Or obstacles. Now they can see their way.
Mm-hmm.
You remember we talked about how people, it's a writing journey, how
Sure.
your message help people
Mm-hmm.
overcome certain objectives,
Yeah.
or, see things clearer.
Mm-hmm.
You're holding their hands,
Yeah.
taking them, down a certain pathway, avoid a situation.
Mm-hmm.
People write books to help, their audience avoid the situation,
Mm-hmm.
because you have to see it before you see it, or you'll never see it. So
Right.
you have to show them, and you have to see it for them before they even see it for themselves. So you could take them over to where they need to be.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because they need to be a certain place, but
They
they
have
just
to.
can't see where they need to be.
Mm-hmm. And when they can't see it, they should be able to know where the resource is so that they can see it. So
Yeah.
when I can't see, I got these Einsteins over here. When I can't see, I know who to go to so they can help me to see. I go to my optometrist. I know exactly where it is that I need to go to so that I can help with my vision. That is the beautiful thing about us as individuals, is we need to know who our resource is, and we need to know where it is that we can go to, so that we'll be able to help see. I don't ever want to be a blind individual. I always want to be able to see. And if I can't see, I need to go to somebody. One thing that I absolutely hated was, me and my grandmother were the closest of friends, but I absolutely hated the fact that when I found out she was blind, I'm like, no, my granny can't see. We need to find every doctor that we possibly can, so that we can help her get her vision back. Because I wanted my grandmother to be able to see. But one thing, the blessing in disguise that I realized, even though she was never able to recover her sight, it progressed, and so she completely went blind. Her other senses kicked in. So even though she wasn't able to see a situation anymore, and she wasn't able to see, other things kicked in. Them ears started to, I could feel a whole lot more. And even though she wasn't able to see anything, it's like she could see me when I was crossing path there. That must be you, Tiffany. I smell you. How you smell me? And then I'm thinking, like, what I stink? What is it? What's going on? What's happening? But then it was a certain smell that each one of us had. She was able to figure out what was going on. But knowing who you get to go to help you to avoid these pitfalls or these unsuspected dangers that's happening into your life, you want to be able to go to a specialist to help you out with that. You can be that specialist for somebody. When someone knows what it is that you specialize in, or where they know what it is that you're able to help them through, they need to know that you are that person that I can go to help me avoid certain things that's going to happen or would have happened in life. So you become that individual for them.
Yes. We become that individual for them,
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And audience, we want you all to chime in. We want you to, excuse me, answer those questions. Ask those questions. we're talking about, can I make money as an author? And if you have any questions about anything we're talking about on this topic, about making money as an author, or maybe you had a situation where you became stuck at one time, if you are an author, or maybe there's a situation that you may even be facing at the current time and you don't have any clarity on that, drop those comments in the comment section, because I told you these shows are very interactive, and the things that we have planned, not only with these shows but beyond this show, because like I tell you, turning your passion into profit morning show is just a plan, because there's much more than this show, than what you're seeing here Monday through Friday, where we have people from all different areas around the globe, coming together and learning and sharing their expertise and different things of that nature. I mean, it's the harvest time. Put it that way, Tiffany. It's harvest time for many people.
Mhm.
Many people, because this is a time, this is a season of winning. This
Yeah.
is a season of, maximizing their potential. Especially if you know business owners out there, women entrepreneurs who are sitting back and they just so comfortable in the status quo, or maybe they have lost that fire on the inside. Maybe they have become discouraged. Tag them in these broadcasts. Let them know that we're here, and we're here to support them on their book writing journey. And don't forget to even drop your information in the comment section, because these broadcasts are picked up by, different people in different areas around the globe. They might not all be in the comments or on the screen, but the replays and the follow ups, many people are following, even if they don't say nothing.
Mhm.
So you don't know
Mhm.
who you can help.
Right.
So, drop that your information in the comment section.
Mhm.
Also, share these broadcasts out,
Mhm.
because, like I said, a lot of times people are sitting back and say, well, there's a lot of authors out there.
Yeah.
Can I
Mhm.
really make money from my book?
Mhm.
Can I
Yes.
really make money from my book? And you see,
Yes,
that's
you can.
that's something that we're going to talk about when we talk about that workshop next month with goal setting, with
Mhm.
people with their mindset. They
Mhm.
say, "Can I really make money from my book?" And they
Mhm.
sitting back procrastinating,
Right. 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 Right.
because they're thinking there's so many authors out there. Who wants to hear from me?
I do. There is
Mm-hmm.
a specific individual that needs to hear your particular voice because
Mm-hmm.
you know how to reach them. I can't reach a thug out there in the streets, and there are
Mm-hmm.
certain people I'll be able to talk to them, but there's a certain language that,
Yes.
that they looking for. And they be like, oh, you're too bougie. You can't, what do you know about that? Well, I do know. And I'm very savvy. Savvy? Who says that? Like there's just certain things that certain people are able to relate to. So it's, you need to make sure you get that. They aren't you. Them authors that you're making reference to, they are not you. So
Mm-hmm.
do not be afraid to put your information in a book, because that's what we need. We need information in the book.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of the best jewels are kept, is in a book.
Yes.
You are a wonderful jewel. Let us see some of your jewelry. Let us see some of your gems.
Yes.
Help us enhance our lives and make us better individuals by putting your stuff in written form. It
Yes.
can
In
help us
written
avoid
form.
these situations and pitfalls.
That's it. Because what? 63,000 Google searches every second of every day of people looking for information or looking for your book that you haven't even written yet. You know, there's an audience out there, 7.9 billion people on this earth. And there's people out there waiting for your book. Whether you're going to tell your story to connect with them, whether you're going to teach them something, a how to, you know, whether it's a how to what crafts, or how to start a business, or how to in a recipe, you know or solving problems. How can they solve this problem that they're in? with their teenagers. They're going through problems with these teenagers and they don't know, how to solve these problems. What can I do? How can I, be a better parent? We talked about that on the earlier episode. How can I avoid a situation? How can I avoid, how would we say, whatever? Okay, it could be avoid. How can I avoid not having to pay all of this money back? How can I do it the right way? Maybe it's a tax professional that could help you in your business. Okay. And this is something that they could teach a tax professional, telling the business owner, how can you avoid, paying back all these taxes? These are some things that you can write off, legally write off and help you save money. It's all different things. You just have to sit back and think about, what do you have to offer? What do you have on the inside of you? And who's the best audience for you, for that message that you have? And inside of you, I want to tell you, there are many messages that you have on the inside of you. There are different audiences that you could reach at different times. It's whatever you choose. A lot of times you hear people say, well, you could only reach one audience, but that's not true. That is not true, because we are complex individuals and we have a lot on the inside of us. And it depends on what we want to bring out at a certain particular time in order to reach that particular audience. Now, maybe, coming in August, we want to reach another particular audience with something else that's inside of us. So, there's many different things and many different ways that you could reach your audience. And that brings us into what opens up opportunities.
Yeah.
Can I make money as an author? Mm-hmm. Can I make money as an author? And I'm going to tell you, there's many, many doors of opportunities that could open up to you as an author.
Yeah.
As an author. Gene say everybody needs a an audience. Uh-huh. Keisha said it's harvest time. That's it. Yes, it is.
It is.
Everyone, let me see. She says what? Everyone has an audience. Yes, they do.
That's that part of you knowing who you are, and you've discovered what's going on with you. You'll know how to be able to fine tune and speak directly to your audience. You read in the room, or even if you're in a specific conference or you go into a specific area, you read in the room, you know exactly how to address certain people. You know how to address the individuals that are before you. And that goes all a part of knowing who you are and knowing exactly who it is that you're interacting with. Because I'm not going to tell somebody about fitness. I am not the greatest. Now, granted, I had me a trainer and I know what to do for me, but I can't universally talk about what you need to do for yourself and what your body type is. I'm not an expert in that. I know what to do for Tiffany, and I can help Tiffany in the fitness realm. So it's when you know exactly who it is that you're driving home to, you know what you're able to relate to. You're able to build your audience from there. You're able to get to that reach because you know who you're dealing with. You know who you're trying to hit.
Yeah, and it's so true. And I'm just thinking about things as you said that. You know how to build an audience, who you're trying to hit. Excuse me, not eat. Yeah. Open up opportunities. See, I'm thinking about eating. You talked about that bread. Okay,
you started it.
Yes. Open up opportunities. There's many, many doors, many doors. We, okay, you and I, Tiffany, on this show, we're building a foundation. We're building a foundation. And as we building this foundation, and this foundation is going deep, we are seeing things opening up for us exponentially. That it's going to help many, many people to take that deep dive, because that's what we're about. We're about, getting to the root of a situation and plucking up those things and changing people's mindset and telling people and showing people and allowing them to experience that I have value. There's some people out there saying, wow, I never thought of it that way. I never thought that I have all these things on the inside of me because I've gone through this, I've gone through that, you know. I had this happen to me. I had that happen to me. And they beginning to hear that they have value. And they beginning to walk forth into the greatness that's on the inside of them. And as we all walking forward, and I believe that, you know, we are the forerunners for this, okay? Because how we have positioned this show, how we have, you know, how we are speaking into people's lives, that they are, you know, they're changing dramatically. There's a dramatic change in their lives. And we're gonna see, and we're gonna hear some great testimonies from people from where they were to where they need to be. Because I don't know about you, but you know, beyond the live stream or you know anything like that, when I get on meetings with people and I sit there and I talk to them, okay, I can see the shift, I can see the change. There's certain things that I tell them, okay, and I want to tell you, it's not about me, y'all. It's all about him. It's not about me at all. It's all about, you know, what I'm given to say, and I say it to him to reach a certain point. And I could just see that the eyes of their understanding has been enlightened. If you're following me, what I'm saying, because it probably happens to you too. You know, whether it's on live stream or on a Zoom meeting, put it that way, or whether it's face to face, because I do meet people face to face, and you know, taking time out to speak to them certain things. When we're talking about maximizing potential, when we're talking about, you know, teaching people their value, when we're talking about these things, I mean, it's hitting home. It's hitting home. And it's opening up many, many doors of opportunities. Because we're serious about this.
Oh, absolutely. I'm like, yes, I absolutely get those responses and those calls. I love when you're interacting with individuals and they're starting to tell me
Good
about their
morning,
life
Tony.
changing.
Good
Hey,
morning, Regina.
the chief is in the house. I feel like we all should stand because the grand man has came into the camp. So, good morning. But I love hearing when individuals' lives are enhanced. But these are the opportunities that has been opened up, or I should these lives have opened up
Yes.
opportunities. I should say it that way. So I'm super grateful. And when hearing back, and then when people give you their testimonies, rather it's a phone call. I get phone calls, I get DMs, I get text messages, and I absolutely enjoy them just to see from where they were to where they are and them telling me of where they're getting ready to go or what their plans are. Oh my God, that's super amazing. Even when they're saying, oh, I plan on doing this in about the next 6 months, but because things is working out in their favor as of right now, what they wanted to do in 6 months, it actually came a little bit sooner. So hearing that, it's super beautiful. I was speaking to someone yesterday and they were like, I have some goals that I'm trying to accomplish, and I'm still trying to accomplish the same goals from last year. I said, wait a minute, from last year? Whoa, hold on. Excuse me. I was like, okay, no, this is what we're going to do here. This is how we're getting ready to make this happen, because we're not about to do last year's goals. Even maybe you needed to do those and get those accomplished. But what you're going to do, if you didn't accomplish that and it's something that you wanted to do for real, we're going to go ahead and bust these out. Let's write it down. Let's get this started. This is how we're getting ready to achieve this. After we had the conversation, oh my God, thank you so much. I didn't know it was that easy. Yeah. Goal setting isn't super hard. It's really not. It's something that it's easily attainable. It's something that's super easily achievable. But it's only as it goes back to that mindset.
Yes.
Only as hard as you want to make it. If you're not ready to shift your mind, sometimes we just say we want to do it, or we hear other people saying that they want to do it. Look, do you want to do it, or do you want to do it? And if you want to do it, go ahead and do it. Stop thinking about it. Work it out, put it to action, make it happen. So that's exactly how it can happen, and it's all those opportunities that can open up from you
Mhm.
going ahead and putting your goals into actions,
Oh
it's
yes.
going to be super amazing because those things that you just want to do is going to happen. It's not going to be a want to do, it's happening. It's those
Exactly.
$1 million that you're wanting to make. And I won't even just stop at just $1 million.
That's right.
You could, that's just scratching the surface.
Yeah.
$1 million to you is going to be like $10 in your pocket. So,
That's right.
that's small. And if you want to be if you want to go beyond that, you can only go as beyond as where you're going to allow your mind to restrict you. So if you don't want opportunities coming to you, if you don't want you to utilize your talent and you want to bury your talent, that's on you. Woe be it unto you. But there's so much out there and there's so
Oh
many things
yes.
that you're able to do, but you just got to shift your mind into believing and putting it into action so that you're able to maximize these opportunities that are coming your way.
Yes, and that's so very true. That's so very true because we're experiencing that on this side. So, audience, this is an interactive show. We want to hear from you. Drop your comments in the comments section. If you have a question, let us know. We answer those interactive, in real time. We answer those in real time. Tag a business owner, tag somebody who say, I want to write a book. Drop your information in the comment section. We are experiencing open opportunities to us, on this show because we walk forward in what we are given. Okay. What we are given, we walk forward. And the same could happen for you. You can't see it just sitting there on the sideline. You have to get in the game. It's winning season. It's time to maximize your potential. It's time to stop playing small. It's time to stand up and say enough is enough. I'm sick and tired of the same old status quo. Okay? You have to understand who you are as an individual, as an author, because you have a great responsibility to speak life in or write life, in your case, into somebody's life. A great responsibility. And you're just sitting back, not doing anything with it. You have a purpose. Each of us have a purpose. There's a plan for our lives. Are you following the plan? Or are you just sitting back, just saying, how you say that, tiptoe through the tulips? Okay? Tiptoeing through the tulips. Audience, you could have so much more. You don't have to just scratch the surface. You could fly or soar like that eagle, okay? I won't even say fly because that's just a mere bird, but you could soar like that eagle. You remember, you on your own time clock running your own race. You can't compare yourself to nobody else, okay? Can I make money as an author? Yes, you can. If you position yourself, position your book, do those things that are necessary to move you forward, to move your message forward, because your message is not about you. It's all about your audience. All you have to do is serve your audience well. How can you serve your audience? Okay. If you're thinking about, well, I don't feel like it, maybe like you said, Tiffany, still doing the goals from last year. You know, tell your story. Tell your story. Teach somebody what you know. Solve somebody's problem. Avoid a situation. All these things open up opportunities. Go on, Tiff.
You're hitting it. Oh, I got now. You're gonna make me talk. You done hit it.
Girl, the sinus. And I'm working through it. I am working through it. I will not give up. If I have to sip and cough, this is going forward.
And we gonna go on and we gonna grow on. Absolutely.
That's right.
I mean, seriously, we're wanting you to open up several opportunities for yourself. And the way that you're gonna open up these opportunities for you, is by opening up your mouth and saying something. You can't become better. You can't do better if you're not opening up and making sure that you're talking. So we really want you to be able to maximize your fullest potential and grow, please and thank you. That's what we want you to do. We really want you to make sure that you're growing. Thank you so much. Miss Jeannie says we're doing you put it up there too. I was sitting up here reading the comments as you were talking. I was reading the comments. So thank you so much for, I appreciate you. You always saying something super nice and super fabulous. I mean, I promise you, you real life are the happiness coach. So you're definitely keeping us on Happy Street. So I appreciate that. But I see we're on Wind Up Street. And we at that time where we're getting ready to do our transition over.
Yes.
So you want to give us our final words?
Yes. And I see Tommy say activate C. Yes, I'm trying to activate C and everything else. I am. Yes, I know what he's talking about. Yes, I am. But we're getting through this, Tiffany. We're getting through this. Yes. So, y'all, we just thank y'all for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here with us today. And we hope that what we have shared with you has brought value to your life. Okay? So you can realize there is money out there as an author. You stop leaving money on the table. And you see yourself as a person that has purpose, that you have a lot of value inside of you. There's a lot of gems inside of you. There's an audience out there waiting to hear from you. So don't ever take that lightly. 63,000 Google searches every second of every day with 7.9 billion people on this earth. There's people out there waiting for you. They're waiting for your books. And I'm not going to say book because a lot of people say I want to write a book, but there's volumes on each, in each and every one of us. It doesn't stop with one book. And allow your book. Another thing, you have to allow your book to work for you. Okay? Your book is supposed to work for you if you do it the right way. Position your book, position yourself, really know what you're doing. And when I say know what you're doing, plan. You have to work your plan. You have to work your plan because no book is supposed to be sitting on the side in a box, in a garage, collecting dust or in the trunk of a car. Your book is supposed to work for you. That is your masterpiece. That is your calling card. As I was speaking to this lady yesterday, I know we wrapping up. She said, I no longer hand out business cards. I hand out my book. I say, girl, you right on the same page with us. And that's it. You no longer have to hand out your business card. You hand out your book. Because you see, these are some of the things we have talked about, Tiffany, is passé. That's in the past. This is for the now, okay? There's certain things that our authors have to do now, okay, to function in the now as opposed to functioning like it used to be. Okay? So yes, there is money to be made as an author. So with that being said, we want to thank you again for tuning in to this show today and follow us over to the Coach's Corner. But remember this is your time. This is your season. This is your turning point. So have a great rest of your day.
Grace and peace, y'all.